Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Reel Me In, a movie podcast, where you didn't really ask for, but hey, I'm going to give it to you anyways. This is a podcast where I talk about anything, everything, and anything about movies. I'm your host, Chase Lee, and listen, if you were strolling on the internet today on this lovely Sunday and you were just looking at, recipes to bake for a cake to break out someone in jail or something, you accidentally came across my podcast for some weird fucking reason, then maybe I can convince you to be a movie fan if you're not one already. So, what is today's episode? Episode 92, guys. 90 fucking 2. Can you believe I've made it this far? Shit, man. Wow, that's insane. So, we're 8 away from that big old 100. So, what is this week's episode? I didn't have time to see American Ultra or Sinister 2. I was on family vacation. That's why I'm kind of wearing a black shirt right now, and I haven't shaved. I look pretty dirty and disgusting. But that's okay. We're all still friends here. But you guys will accept me though. You're like my children. I have a lot of children, a lot of adopted children. You guys are adopted. Did you guys know that? I adopted you as my children. So, anyways, this week's episode, since I don't have time to see a movie, I'm going to go over my best and worst of the summer movies of 2015. I'm not going to have a top 5 per se or anything. I'm going to leave that for my episode of Top 5 Saturdays Live next week. But I'm just going to give you my generalization of the summer, what I think about it, and some of my favorites and least favorite, and some of them that were so-so with me. And then, of course, I'm going to give you the movie news trailer reviews of trailers that came out this week and the box office results for the weekend. So let's get this started. So the first piece of news, I had it written down on my family trip. All right. So it's being confirmed that Warner Brothers wants to take another stab at the Scooby-Doo movie franchise and bring it back to the big screen. And they've already done this with the Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar, Linda Cardinelli, Matthew Lillard, whoa, zoink, Scoob. They've already brought these things to life in full live action form. And Warner Brothers has been pumping out these animated Scooby-Doo adventures straight to home video for the past 40 years. So it's a lucrative brand for them, I guess, on video on demand. But they want to try it on the big screen again, but they're not going to do live action. They're going to do it animated. And I just don't know if anyone fucking cares about another Scooby-Doo movie. Honestly, no one. I don't think anyone does. So the fact that they're going to bring it back to the theaters, which the first one did okay at the box office, and then the second one kind of went further down, what makes you think anyone's going to go back for an anime movie? Now, I understand that this whole cartoon has a big-ass fan base, and, my brother really likes Scooby-Doo and stuff, and, Scooby-Doo's fine and stuff, but I just don't see anyone caring about Warner Brothers taking another crack at bringing Scooby-Doo to the big screen again, animated form. So for all you Scooby-Doo fans out there, you're welcome. The next piece of news is that last week I told you that Jack Reacher 2 is filming in, October, November? It's one of those. And Chris McQuarrie is coming back to writer or director or both. I forgot. But Tom Cruise is coming back, and he's going to have a co-star with him, Kobe Smulders. And Miss Smulders, if you're watching, when Taron Killam gets into a car accident, I call first dibs on you. I'm not joking. I'm just kidding. Taron Killam, I love you, buddy. Please continue to make me laugh, and I will be continuing to be jealous of you that you are married to Kobe Smulders. Anyways, Kobe Smulders is from How I Met Your Mother fame. She's also Agent Maria Hill on the Marvel Cinematic Universe, if you will. And her joining Jack Reacher, I'm excited because this is the type of actress to where I'm a huge fan of her, and she's got a big fan base to where she's not going to overshadow the movie, and she's going to be a nice addition. Now, will Kobe be a really big star down the line? I hope she is, because she's really talented. But just being the side character for Jack Reacher to Tom Cruise is, first of all, going to be really funny because Kobe Smulders is super tall. Tom Cruise is really short. It's going to be like the episode of Saved by the Bell when who was it? Was it Zach Morris when he tried to ask out the tall chick or whatever? Oh no, it was Jesse. Jesse's the tall chick, and like this guy was asking her out to the dance or whatever, and he was like super short. That's how I imagine it's gonna be. It's gonna be really awkward. It's just Tom's gonna look up the entire time. He's like, "Are you my Scientology guy?" And she's like, "No, Tom, I'm here. I'm here to support you in the movie. Tom, can you hear me down there?" Like that's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be fucking hilarious. So, but her joining G.I. Reacher 2, I'm totally on board. I love Kobe. I want to see her expand beyond Marvel and How I Met Your Mother, because that's a really awesome show. And I'm a defender of the last season. I know. Didn't really think I'd go there, did I? So all you 9th season haters out there. Next piece of news is this gets me excited. This adds validity to the project. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. The prequel to the Harry Potter world, set 60 years before, I believe. Yeah, that was it. And anyways, they started filming this week. That's basically that's the news. But when I hear a film has started filming, it just gives the project more a reality to it, and it's not this fantasy that's just like floating around in the buttholes of Hollywood somewhere, going, "We should probably make that one day." No. It's in production, baby. The cameras have rolled. They are on principal photography. I'm super excited. I can't wait to see. I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, guys. Out of all the young adult novels out there and stuff, Harry Potter is one of my faves. It's my bae. Is that what your kids do? The bae? Yeah. Fuck it. Whatever. Anyways, I'm super excited for this one, and they've started filming this week or this past week, and it comes out in November of next year. So, still a long ways away, but they've started shooting, which means this is the real deal, folks. So I cannot wait to see J.K. Rowling's prequel to this universe that she has created, and I cannot wait to see her first film that she has screenwritten, which is this one. She has not written a screenplay yet, as far as I know, and this is her first one. So I cannot wait to see what she does as a screenwriter instead of an author. So next piece of news is that Michael Mann, the guy behind Collateral, awesome. Heat, awesome. Miami Vice, Public Enemies. And then I've never seen the movie more split on the internet than Black Hat. I did not see it, so I cannot comment on it, but there's a lot of people that just want to jerk it off in an alleyway somewhere, and there's a lot of people that want to take it out of the pasture and shoot it in the face. So, there's that. Michael Mann's kind of a hit or miss for me, but, when he hits, he really hits, and he makes some really damn good movies. I have not seen Collateral yet. I will see it, though, because I hear Tom Cruise is fucking awesome. Anyways, he is coming back, and he's going to do a biopic on Enzo Ferrari, and this is the guy that created the Ferrari, I think. Listen, it could be a trick question, man. Like, I did all my notes, and I did my research, but so I'm blanking. I'm pretty damn sure that's correct. Anyways, he's going to do a biopic of Enzo Ferrari and how he crashed a car, I believe, and how he was charged for manslaughter. I believe that's the storyline for it. And Christian Bale is going to play Enzo Ferrari. I've seen pictures online of Enzo, and he looks exactly like Christian Bale. So I'm really excited to see Christian Bale just do another movie. I'm a huge fan of that guy. Regardless of what you think of if he's a dick or not, he's a pretty awesome actor. He's very talented. I did not care for Public Enemies. The reason why I bring that up is because Christian Bale was in that. Now, granted, it was Johnny Depp's movie, but at the same time, Christian Bale was in it, supporting the Michael Mann movie. Did not care for it, so So yeah, hopefully this is a good comeback. Sounds like a good story and a really good biopic, so I'm all on board. The next piece of news and the last piece of news is that there's a movie coming out called April 29th, 1992, and this is based on the LA riots with police and stuff and brutality, when it was flourishing, NWA, all that jazz. Apparently, O'Shea Jackson Jr., which is Ice Cube's son. Yes, Ice Cube's name is not Ice Cube out there for those people that are wondering. His name is O'Shea Jackson, and his son is O'Shea Jackson Jr. Anyways, O'Shea Jackson Jr. Played Ice Cube in the NWA biopic. And apparently him and his dad, so they're going to do a father-son team-up, they're going to do a movie based on these LA riots called April 29th, 1992. it sounds like it's going to be an Oscar movie. Like, it sounds like it could be like a really powerful, emotional movie about brutality and just equality and all this stuff. It sounds like it could be a really good movie. But they describe it as an action thriller. Listen, I'm okay with it if they do like an action thriller for this type of movie. If they mix it well with the emotional drama that needs to kind of weigh this movie down, because that's the type of movie this movie is. I want a little bit of both. I don't want a straight up like action thriller, like where it takes like a serious event and just, you know, flips it and makes it, you know, corny and cheesy and one-liners everywhere and fucking grenades are thrown off buildings and stuff. I remember people talking about you, Taken Two. I didn't see you, but I remember people talking about you throwing grenades across fucking rooftops. What are you, fucking high? So this sounds really intriguing, but action thriller, not so much. I mean, we'll just have to see it. But O'Shea Jackson Jr. did a terrific job on NWA. No, his dad did a good job at NWA. O'Shea Jackson Jr. did a really good job in the biopic on the NWA playing his dad. I really enjoyed his performance. I really enjoyed him, and I love Ice Cube as an actor. I think he's actually really good, except when he does all of these stupid family movies and some of the comedies. 21 and 22 Jump Street is an exception. He's fucking hilarious. I just cannot wait to see what they do with this movie. So that's it for the news this week, guys. It's just kind of a slow news week, but kind of not at the same time. And I really do apologize that I'm filming this at night for all you guys watching on YouTube, the video version. It's kind of dark outside. I'm filming this late. I'm sorry. I just got back from my vacation, and, you know, the computer light is on me. I realize that you should turn on the brightness, but it'd be too dark. I need a little bit on my face, so I apologize for the glare in my glasses for you there watching my wonderful face on YouTube. All right, let's move to the trailers, guys. A lot of trailers came out. Let's start with Carol. This is the movie that came out of Cannes Film Festival, and it's basically about Cate Blanchett and Rooney Mara forming a relationship. That's basically it. And it was kind of a teaser trailer. It was only like a minute and 10 seconds. It was basically just setting up the fact that these two are going to be lovers and stuff is going to go down. Stuff is going to happen to where it's going to stop them from seeing each other. So, yeah, it looks cool. Eli Hayes, if you guys remember him from the Cannes Film Festival podcast, he talked about Carol and stuff, and it sounds really intriguing. It sounds like a really heavy Oscar contender, and Cate Blanchett could walk away with another Oscar because you guys know that she won for Blue Jasmine, a couple years ago, because last year was Julianne Moore for Still Alice. But Carol looks good. I need to see a full trailer first, but the teaser, I liked it. Victor Frankenstein, excuse me, is the next one I'm going to talk about, and this stars James McAvoy and Daniel Radcliffe, and this basically tells the story of Frankenstein, whatever you want to call it. Sorry. It's going to be written by Max Landis, who wrote Chronicle and wrote American Ultra, which I'm seeing after this podcast. And so I really liked his quirky kind of writing. He really sets like a tone and an atmosphere to his movies. This one looks cool. It looks like they're really taking a different spin on the Frankenstein story and stuff. James McAvoy plays Dr. Frankenstein. And Daniel Radcliffe plays Igor, and he does not have a hump. he plays a normal looking dude, but it looks like it's going to have its own distinct tone and stuff. The only thing I'm worried about is that it's going to have like crappy CGI, like in I, Frankenstein and Dracula Untold. I'm tired of these PG-13 crappy CGI poop fest where they just throw up all over the screen. It's like, ooh, do you like that, audience? I'm tired of it. Just, can you please make a really good, gritty, realistic, as realistic as you can, horror film that makes you just feel dirty and just terrified? When you have CGI creatures, it totally takes the element out, and you don't feel threatened, you don't feel scared or anything. It's just it just takes you out of the movie. I just really wish a movie would step up and stop doing that. And this one looks like it could be that. I really enjoyed the trailer. It looks really cool. I'm super excited to see it. Daniel Radcliffe with long hair. He looks like a really dirty hipster from Austin, Texas. Don't worry, I can make that joke. I live in Texas. Austin, I love you, but you're filled with hipsters. I myself am a hipster to some extent. Not that much. All right, so the next trailer I want to talk about is The Witch. This is the new movie from distribution from A24. Oh, dear God, I love this company. But anyways, this movie came out at Sundance. And I think it won for Best Cinematography, I believe. And this movie just tells a simple story about a local town back in the 1800s. And basically, we just see a bunch of witchcraft and people burning and people being scared and stuff. But the reason why I liked the trailer so much because it was haunting, dude. It had this really crisp cinematography. So from what I see, it looks like it won that award fair and square. It's got this really cool, creepy, clean, crisp cinematography. And just the way everything was shot and just cut together in this trailer, it was so creepy and just got under my skin. And this looks like a horror film, folks. Not a gore slash 'em up movie, even though I love those type of movies. This looks like a movie that is literally going to rely on tone and atmosphere to creep the shit out of you. So, guys, if you're a big horror fan like I am, and you want to see a really creepy horror trailer, kind of like the Goodnight Mommy one I reviewed last week, this is the one for you. So check out The Witch. It looks really badass. I cannot wait to see this one. The next one is called Hell and Back. And my voice just cracked. And this is from the company that does Robot Chicken and stuff. It is a stop motion claymation, whatever you want to call it, R-rated movie about a couple guys going to hell. I mean, that's basically it. It was a red band trailer, so they were able to curse and explode with their little claymation bodies, and blood and guts were flying everywhere. It looks okay. I wasn't really laughing throughout the entire thing. It just kind of made me smile because I really like dirty R-rated claymation movies. I love Robot Chicken, so that might be a reason why I will see this. But it was okay as a red band trailer. There was a couple parts where I smiled, but I wasn't like ha ha ha, like all over the place laughing. It was okay. There's really nothing more I can say. So Hell and Back, if you guys are a fan of Robot Chicken or if you want to check out that trailer, please check it out. I'm just telling you that I thought it was so-so. The next one is gets me really excited because I heard about this movie 2 years ago. Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse, and this was also a red band trailer. Stars Ty Sheridan, and basically he plays a scout, a Boy Scout, and the zombie apocalypse starts happening, and he has to fight them off. It's basically like Shaun of the Dead, except with teenagers and Boy Scouts. This trailer was great, and I remember hearing about this movie a couple years ago when I covered the Dallas International Film Festival for 2014, 2014, and I interviewed Ty Sheridan for his movie Joe, and we were talking to him afterwards. Or no, someone asked the question in the interview, the roundtable, and they said, "Well, Ty, what's up on the plate for you? What's next?" And he said he's actually flying to LA like literally the next day to film this movie, this horror movie, and that's all he said. And I was like, "Oh, I wonder what it is." This is it right here. So I heard about this movie a year and a half ago from him, and it was just great to hear that he's expanding his career, because Ty Sheridan is one of those guys where you see Mud for the first time, and this is the first time you're exposed to him. It's like, this kid actor fucking rocks, man. He was great in Joe. I cannot wait to see him in X-Men Apocalypse. And I took a picture with that guy. That guy's the new Cyclops for X-Men Apocalypse. Fucking awesome. But this trailer looks really cool. It looks like it'd be a lot of fun. Looks like it'd be a good horror comedy. Yeah, there's really nothing more to say. It looks like a shit ton of fun, I'll tell you that much. So check out Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse. It's a really fun trailer. Check it out. The next one is the last trailer I'm going to talk about. It's called The Final Girls. And this is a movie that stars Adam Devine. Shit. Mela Ackerman? Oh, shit, I forgot her name. The really hot blonde chick from Watchmen. and she was in The Heartbreak Kid and Couples Retreat. So she hasn't really been in many good movies except Watchmen. Malin Ackerman, I think that's her name. She's really attractive. I think she's funny, and I think she's got a lot of charisma and stuff. She's also in this movie. That's what I was trying to get at. Anyways, The Farmer Girls is a really cool premise. These group of kids, one of which the main character, her mom, was in a slasher movie, kind of like Friday the 13th. And they go to the theater to watch this movie, and I'm assuming there's a fire that happens in the theater that they're watching the movie at. I'm assuming they get knocked unconscious, and they're actually brought into the movie. So like they're actually dreaming that they're in the movie and they're living these situations and stuff. So it's basically like taking teenagers from this day and age, put them in a horror slasher film from back in the day, and be like, you're fucking stupid. You're going to get killed, or don't have sex. You're going to get your dick chopped off in the force and have it shoved up your butt. Well, 80s movies weren't that bad, but Sleepaway Camp was, it was up there in terms of like, holy shit. So, yeah, The Final Girls, it looks really cool. Like I said, these new age people go into this old school horror film. It looks like it could be a lot of fun, man. Like I said, another good horror comedy. I love a good horror comedy, guys. Cooties. Not allowed to review it, but I will say this. It is in my top 5 of the year so far. That one's a fantastic horror comedy. But I love a good horror comedy. I love Shaun of the Dead. I love things like Cabin in the Woods and stuff. So The Final Girls, it looks awesome, man. I cannot wait to see this one. That one, Scout's Guide, The Witch. This is a good year for horror and horror comedy. Rock on, motherfuckers. So, that's it for the trailers. What do you guys think about the trailers that I just mentioned, or the news stories that dropped this week? Comment in the place, rope on my face, and let me know. I'm scratching the fuck out of my arm right now because like I said, I was on vacation. I got bit like a motherfucker from mosquitoes, and I'm trying not to scratch them. There's a bunch on my leg. There's a huge one on my fucking arm. I just want to fucking claw it off, like eat it and spit it in the corner of my room like, fuck you. God, I hate you. It's just so bad. I'm sorry, guys. So anyways, let's get to the bulk of the podcast. Let's talk about the summer of 2015. Now, I'm counting everything from May 1st to pretty much last week with Straight Outta Compton, because those are the movies I saw. So yeah, let me just kind of go over some of the movies I really, really liked. And these are in no particular order. And the movies I thought were so-so, and the movies I disliked. So let's get this started. This was a good summer, guys. If you guys watched a movie pretty much every week, like I did, and I paid for a lot of these movies. You guys think I get into a lot of these screenings for free? Oh, hell no. I'm like 10% of these movies I got in for free. Most of these I had to pay for. So a lot of money that came out of my pocket, but I love movies. So I don't mind. I love you, Hollywood, to an extent. Yeah, so some of my favorite movies. Let's start with May. I'll go with Avengers: Age of Ultron. I really liked it. A lot of people disliked it. They're just like, it's not as good as the first one. I totally get that. But at the same time, I thought it was better than the first one. I actually liked the action in this one. I actually like the stories. I like the progression of the characters and stuff. And I totally am on board with Ultron turning evil like really quick. If you think about what he is, which is an advanced computer, advanced computers are advancing like pretty much every fucking day. He's just hyper advanced. And so the way he is formed makes sense, I thought, and just how fast he turned and stuff, I thought it totally made sense, because this is a guy that sees the world as a bunch of humans going to war with each other, and really just species versus species, same species type of wars. And Ultron's like, humans are idiots. I need to destroy these motherfuckers. So I really liked Avengers 2. And after seeing it twice, this is one of the movies I did see twice in theaters. I enjoyed it a shit ton. I think it's better than the first one. And I think the first one, I love the first one. It's just a tad overrated in my opinion. I cannot wait to get the Blu-ray of this in October. The next one in May that I really liked is Mad Max Fury Road, baby. I saw this one twice as well. Whew! You want to talk about a movie that will like fucking hit you in the gut and just like bring this visceral, gripping action to the big screen. this is it, man. And a lot of people are saying, like, you know, it's all practical and stuff. Let's get something straight. Most of it was practical. Correct. Not all of it. There was a lot of CGI in this movie. It's just that George Miller made a movie that could combine both and make it pretty seamless. Of course, you know, he didn't film in the desert with a practical tornado from a sandstorm. So that was obviously CGI, but it was done so well that it didn't take me out of the movie. I was sucked into it. It's just got great action. And I just, you're pretty much speechless when you walk out of the movie. It's got, like I said, fantastic, mind-blowingly good action. It's got great characters. It's got beautiful cinematography and a really great score. So Mad Max Fury Road is one of my favorites. Like I said, these are in no particular order. I'm just kind of spouting off some. I really liked Slow West, a very small indie film with Cody Smith-McPhee and Michael Fassbender. It's a very small, independent Western. I liked it for the most part, not as much as the others on my list, but it was really good to make my favorites list. It's very underrated. People need to check that one out. And this is the whole point of this podcast. I want to bring movies to your attention that you may have never heard of. Maybe you missed in the theater and you weren't really sure stuff. I want to convince you to see some of these movies if, you know, they're good. The next one is Insidious 3. I know a lot of people do not like the Insidious franchise. I love this franchise, man. This is a horror franchise of this decade that has really captured tone, atmosphere, and just overall like cinematography, music, editing, all of those combined make a great horror film. And the Insidious franchise is just one of those ones that just keeps getting better and better. I love the storyline. I just love the creepy factor to it. It's just so well done. I don't know what I can say more about it, but Insidious 3 is a prequel. I really liked it as a prequel. I'm usually not a fan of prequels, but I did really like this one. So that's one of my favorites of the summer for sure. Heaven Knows What is a smaller film about a drug addict and stuff. And it's so beautiful and so haunting. And it's shot on this guerrilla style filmmaking that looked like it was made for like $10. It looked like two people with the camera went throughout the city and followed real people. That's how believable the acting was. The acting was out of this world. It's a very, very powerful movie. Heaven Knows What. Check it out if you're into addiction movies or whatever. Or you just want to see a really good independent film. It's really hard to watch, but if you can stomach it and just kind of breeze through it, you'll be just fine. Next one, Dope. It's fucking dope, man. Very fresh movie. Something you didn't really expect to see among the summer blockbusters. It was so just quirky, had its own unique voice. I love the acting. I actually really liked the story. It was really just nice with the 90s backdrop of urban areas and stuff. It was just a unique movie, man. I really enjoyed Dope. Next one's Inside Out. Whew. Guys, this is probably my second favorite Pixar movie so far. Number one will always be Toy Story 3 unless something can top that. Inside Out is just one. It's a simple movie about a kid moving. But the way it describes the emotions happening within this little girl and her family and stuff, and just what moving takes a toll on a teenager, on the fact that you got to move from town to town, you got to change friends and stuff. It's hard, man. And, you know, it captured it beautifully. And it was just so emotional, man. And Inside Out, it's a really good Pixar film about emotions. It's a very simple story. I highly suggest you check that one out if you were a little too iffy on it. It's so good, man. Next one that I thought I really liked, but I'm not going to say I love, but I'm still going to put in my favorites pile, Ted 2. Great follow-up sequel to the first Ted back in 2012 with Seth MacFarlane. Hey, how's it going, Mark here, Mark Wahlberg. Here we go, Ted 2. Me and the man Seaford are going to take a road trip with the stuffed teddy bear. Okay, I don't know why I fucking talk to her, but I do. And when my girlfriend calls me out on it, she's like, well, John, there's no fucking teddy bear on the couch. I'm just like, baby, yeah, there is a teddy bear. And she's like, no, there isn't. And it's like, call me crazy and shit. I don't know. Maybe that should be the third one. Maybe I go cuckoo insano. No, but I think it's a really good follow-up sequel. I actually thought it was a really strong sequel. Very funny, very consistent. I really liked it. Next one is Amy. This is the Amy Winehouse documentary. Very, very tragic documentary to see the rise and fall of Amy Winehouse. She was a really good singer. I never really knew her that well in terms of like what she did and stuff. I thought she was just kind of like a Paris Hilton type. Don't get mad at me. I just didn't know she was a singer. And I thought she was like one of those people that just are famous because they've done stupid shit in the past or whatever. But Amy's a really strong documentary on the rise and fall of a celebrity and what fame can do to a person. It's really heartbreaking. I highly suggest you check that one out. A24 also released that. They also released Slow West. Yeah, I fucking love you, A24. Next one is Trainwreck. I really like this one. Nice Judd Apatow movie. Very funny. Amy Schumer wrote it. I love the supporting cast. The drama is actually really good. And there was one scene, I'm not going to spoil it. Amy Schumer, I was like, huh. You can act pretty damn well, girl. That's how I'll hit on her. Like when I see her, like, hey, girl, you act well. Amy Schumer, if you're watching, I actually find you really attractive, and you're really so goddamn funny. Can I please date you? So Trainwreck was really good. I put that on my favorites list. Mr. Holmes, very small movie with Ian McKellen. He plays Sherlock Holmes. He plays an older Sherlock Holmes. And I really enjoyed it for what it was. I thought it was a very slow burn. It's from director Bill Condon, who directed the last two Twilight movies. But this is a really good just mystery and stuff. I really enjoyed it. Gave it a pretty high score. I gave it like an A, I think. So check it out if you haven't seen it. Ant-Man, really enjoyed that one. Great Marvel movie. Paul Rudd, amazing. Michael Douglas, killed it. Knocked it out of the park. Just a really good Marvel movie. Southpaw, even despite the fact that it's a cliche boxing movie and you can see things come from a mile away, I still really enjoyed it. And Jake Gyllenhaal's performance, it's not as good as Nightcrawler, but it's still a damn good performance. It's hard to believe that Eminem, that was the role written for him, was a boxing movie. I like 8 Mile. I actually really do. And I want to see him act again. Next one is the Stanford Prison Experiment. This is a really, really like psychologically fucked up movie about the Stanford Prison experiments back in 1971, I believe. And it lasted for 6 days, where they take a group of kids at a college, make half of them prisoners, half of them guards, and just kind of monitor them and see how they act and stuff in their roles. And it's just takes a psychological toll on you. And it's just a really fascinating and just to watch and to know that this actually happened, and like kids were put through the ringer like this. And it's like, what do you do afterwards? Be fucking awkward to go across your classmate and be like, hey, I remember you beat the shit out of me in that experiment. You dickweed. Like, it's a really good film, guys. Check it out. It's a very small film. It's pretty much got every actor from every independent film in the past 5 years. Not even joking, including Ty Sheridan. Next one, Mission Impossible 5. Very good spy thriller film. I was engaged from start to finish. I remember every single scene. It was just really just it just made your heart pump and your blood rush through your balls. And it's like, this is the action I want. I love the story to it. It was like a good cat and mouse game. You didn't know who was good and who was bad. It's just so good. Good spy thriller, guys. Into the Tour. This stars Jason Segel, Jesse Eisenberg. This is about the author David Foster Wallace and his last interview. Very heartbreaking. And Jason Segel, my award. This is a great supporting role, man. I really hope he gets nominated for a supporting actor for this film. He knocks it out of the park. But do not throw away Jesse Eisenberg, because he's just as good in this role as Segel. But yeah, Segel is getting overlooked. Or no, he's not getting over. Jesse's getting overlooked to Jason, but still, they both kill it. It's a very small movie. It's very dialogue heavy, but it's very engaging dialogue. It's so good, guys. Check it out. The Gift, very good thriller, man. I was like on the edge of my seat. I wanted to hop out of my seat because I was just sitting on the edge. I was like, Joel Edgerton, what the fuck, man? Fuck, man. You scared me. Like, he got me twice with a couple jump scares. But it's a really well-written thriller. Did not see this one coming from a mile away from my boy Jason Blum. A really just good thriller, man. It's a damn good thriller. And then Straight Outta Compton, I put it on there. I reviewed it last week. I really enjoyed it, guys. It's a really good biopic. Yeah, so that's my favorites list. A lot of them on there. Like I said, this was a really good summer for movies, and I am pretty much satisfied. So movies, Good Kill, starring Ethan Hawke. He plays a drone Air Force pilot person, where he used to be an Air Force pilot, and then they downgrade him to a drone operator or whatever, so he's killing people from like thousands of miles away. Yeah, it was okay. His performance was fine, but the story was just kind of so-so, and it just, whatever. Tomorrowland, I really liked the first two-thirds. I love George Clooney. I love the special effects. But that whole last third, man, it was like beating you over the head with a PSA, CBS, after-school special, man. Like, save the environment, don't let the earth explode. It just, so good up until that point. Entourage, it was so-so for me. I enjoyed it, but it's not something I would put in my favorites list. Never saw a lick of the show at all, but I enjoyed it. It was like 3 long episodes. Spy with Melissa McCarthy. I know a lot of people are just like, what? It was okay. I prefer Bridesmaids as the best Paul Feig movie that he's ever directed. The Heat was actually really good too. I just thought Spy was a downgrade, man. It wasn't even that funny. The action was really good, and I really liked some of the jokes, but for the most part, it was kind of a hit or miss comedy for me, and I don't really like that. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. I want it all funny. All right, I don't know what that was. I need to stop eating KFC. Anyways, Jurassic World, I put it in the so-so list. I enjoyed it. It was a good blockbuster and stuff, but I think I put it in my favorites list, but I did have a good time watching it. The Overnight stars Adam Scott and the blonde chick from The Orange is the New Black. Oh, Taylor Schilling. They play a couple who go to another couple's house, and some swinging things start happening. Hey! It was okay. I didn't really care for the ending that much. It was kind of anticlimactic, but it was still a pretty decent little independent film. So if you want to check that out, check it out. Escobar, Paradise Lost. Oh, dear God. This is one of those instances where Benicio del Toro killed it in the role of Pablo Escobar, but the story was shit, man. It didn't focus it on him. It focused on Josh Hutcherson and Pablo Escobar's niece. It was a stupid little love story. I was like, stop it. No. Make a true biopic of Pablo Escobar with Benicio del Toro, and we're good to go. So, no. Next one is Pixels. I did not actually hate Pixels. When I get to my dislikes, you'll see why. I like the visual effects. Peter Dinklage was great. Other than that, I didn't really care for it. But those will still save the fact that they're better than the dislikes. That is for damn sure. Next one is Dark Places, starring Charlize Theron. And this is the movie or book to movie adaptation based on the same author who did Gone Girl. And I thought it was okay. It was a nice little murder mystery, I guess. Trying to see who's the killer. It was fine, but I like Gone Girl better. I mean, that's all I can say. Dislikes. Here we go. Here's the movies that maybe want to like kind of just put a vice grip on my balls and just really just squeeze the life out of them and be like, this is what you're doing to me, movie. This is what you're visually doing to me. That's how it would sound if I had vice grips on my balls. First one, D-Train. Terrible movie. I hated all the characters. I hated the fact that Jack Black was doing this, going so far out of his way to impress some fucking yuts from his high school class going to his high school graduation. Oh, just unlikable characters out the wazoo. My word. Barely Lethal. Nothing redeemable about that piece of shit. Dear Lord. Like, seriously, when you watch a movie and it's awful, you can find one thing that you like about it. One fucking thing. Barely Lethal had nothing. The acting was atrocious. Even the jokes were fucking terrible. The CGI was bad. The action was bad. The story was lame and stupid. It was like, oh, I'm Cody Banks. Kind of rip-off bullshit fucking turd monkey. I don't fucking know. And it's directed from the guy that directed Fanboys. I love Fanboys. It's a very good, underrated comedy about guys going to see the premiere of Phantom Menace. Or going to George Lucas's house and stealing Phantom Menace. It's a very good movie. Check it out. But Barely Lethal is fucking dumb. Terminator Genesis. There's really more I need to say about this. It's a convoluted fucking mess. It's like your kid just went into your kitchen, grabbed the cereal, grabbed the orange juice, grabbed some celery, got like a plate, maybe some chips, and like threw it all on the ground and was like, look, I made dinner. Like, that's what it's like. It's Terminator Genesis took a bunch of shit from everywhere. They plopped into a movie and they're just like, here's your movie. So dumb. But Emilia Clarke, she might make my top hottest women or hottest actresses. Oh, man. Oh, that was my dick hitting my desk. All right. Next one is Vacation. Guys, I'm the comedy guru, I would think, and I watch a shit ton of comedies. This is not a funny movie. It's just an hour and a half of just sitting there, just cringing at all of the dick and fart and poop jokes on the screen. All the funny parts from the trailer, if you want to call them funny parts. There was only one funny part in the movie, and it didn't involve any of the actors. Piece of shit comedy. And the final one. You guys knew it was coming. Fan Four Stick, also known as Fantastic Four. What an abomination of a comic movie. Guys, I'm a comic book nut. I fucking love this genre. I'm starting to pick up comic books again. I'm starting to pick them up and collect them. I haven't done that since I was a kid. I'm a huge fan of them. But dear fucking Lord. Even the first 2/3, which I thought were bearable, were still bland and boring. And then the last third, there was nothing at stake. Nothing made sense. Everything was just thrown together really haphazardly. And just the final battle was a piece of shit. It was anticlimactic. And it sets up for a sequel. This whole movie was a lead up to a sequel that they haven't even written yet, probably. Abomination of a comic book movie, man. It's just, so fucking dumb. So, with that being said, what are some of your favorite and least favorite movies of this summer of 2015? What are some of the movies that popped out to you and said, well, goddamn, that was great? Or some movies that made you go, goddamn, that was awful. So which movies did you like the best and which movies did you like the worst? Comment in the place, rub on my face, and let me know. So let's get into the box office results for the weekend, guys. Sorry, I'm kind of going a little fast this week. It's not that I don't love you, because you guys are all my adopted children. You're adopted. But I love you. No, I have me and my roommate are going to go see American Ultra in about 20 minutes. So I need to wrap her up. But I need to give you guys a show. I did not want to give you a late show when I got back. So I was like, I'm going to give you one now. All right, so number 5. Oh, well, first of all, I need to say American Ultra came in at number 6 with $5.5 million. There's no budget on it. Kind of bad. Number 5. Man from U.N.C.L.E. was $7 million. Right now, it's got $26 million domestically, which is the U.S. and Canada, and worldwide, it's got 52. Don't know what the budget is, but it's pretty much a bomb. Guy Ritchie, go back to your Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Smoking Barrel days. Number 4 is Hitman Agent 47. This is one of the new releases with $8 million. Woof. Worldwide, it made $16 million. I'm not going to see it because I saw the first Hitman and it was garbage. So I don't know if it's failing or not because it doesn't have a budget. The third one, number 3, Sinister 2, another new release with $10.6 million. So it is the winner of all the new releases this week. There's no budget on this, but since this is from Blumhouse and he makes every movie for like $5 in a Taco Bell coupon, I'm assuming it probably maybe $5 million. Or $6 million. I mean, because the first one only costs like, it might have cost $5, but with Ethan Hawke out of the picture, it might just be $6 or $7. So I'm just taking a wild guess. I don't know what the budget is, but if my computer will stop fucking acting up. Hold on, guys. Hold on. This is what you get for watching a bunch of porn on your computer, Chase. All right. Yeah, domestically it's got $10 million. There's no worldwide number, but the budget is not listed. I'm assuming it's probably $7 million. Maybe even lower than that, but $10 million, they probably already almost broke even or even made profit. That's how Blumhouse movies work. The Gift, also made by Blumhouse. The Gift was made for $5 million. It made like 10 million opening weekend, and right now it's at 31. So there you go. Number 2, Mission Impossible Rogue Nation with 11 million. No budget on it, but worldwide it's made 438. It's fucking awesome, man. Because I think Ghost Protocol made like 600 something million worldwide, so it's not doing bad for. It's only been out for not even a month, so good job. And then number 1, reigning supreme once again, straight out of Compton, from the crazy motherfucking name Ice Cube, from the gang called Niggas with Attitude. That should be a book read by Morgan Freeman. Anyways, it made 26 million. Its total domestic gross 111 million, and worldwide it's got 111 million. It made like $200,000 worldwide, so it's not really making a dent. Don't know the budget. I think it's like 40 or 50 million, so I think it's made profit, which is great. But guys, the sad thing is the 3 new releases, the highest one made 3rd place with 10 million. Wow, people were not responding well to this weekend. I'm excited to see American Ultra. I'm seeing it, like I said, in 20 minutes, so fuck, man. I'm not seeing Agent 47. I want to see Sinister 2. I'll see it probably at a later day. That's sad, man. Anyways, that'll do it for this week's show, guys. I know it's a little short, a little fast, kind of like my sex life. But you know, guys, it's kind of like, don't you want to just get in and out, man? And so I didn't want to have a really long episode for you. And since I didn't see anything, I didn't have anything planned. This was my plan. I told you guys last week what I was doing. Next week is my annual fall movie preview. I will go over the movies in September, October, November, and December. And if I can get him down here, because he said he would, I'm going to have Carrie Darling from the Fort Worth Star-Telegram, the entertainment critic. He was on my Jurassic World podcast, so he will be returning, and we will go over our whole fall movie preview. What movies are coming out that intrigue us? What movies are coming out that looks like shit? What movies are going to be potential Oscar bait? We're going to go over it all, guys. I went over it last year. I had a lot of fun doing it, so I'm going to do it again this year, next week. So next week, fall movie preview with episode 93. So that will do it this week, guys. If you guys want to follow me on Spreaker, you can do that follow button, click there. iHeartRadio, I'm also on there. If you're watching this on YouTube and you want to hear an audio-only version of this podcast, link will be in the description below. If you're listening to us on Spreaker or iHeartRadio or SoundCloud, link will be in the description below for a video version if you want to see my weird-looking face. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, it's @RealChaseLee, and all the links will be in the description below. Intro and outro music is done by my friends band Fervent Roze. If you want to check their music out, link will be in the description below as well. I am your host, Chase Lee, and that will be another episode in the books for Real Man: a movie podcast where you didn't really ask for it, but hey, I'm going to give it to you anyways. Maybe I turned you into a movie fan by the end of this podcast. That's my whole goal. But comment in the place for up on my face and comment on anything I talked about in this week's episode. So I will see you guys next week for another episode of Real Man: a movie podcast. I'm Chase Lee. Let's play the fucking outro music. You guys ready? Let's play it. Woo! Good summer, guys. Really good. I'm really impressed. So see you guys next week.